everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live on this Thursday afternoon, this October 2nd, 2025. I want to welcome you to the Thursday afternoon edition of the Vinyltreasure Show, where we'll be continuing with the countdown of the 1956 Relic Survey. I had half the show done already. I'm going to try to do this show every couple weeks here, and then we'll sprinkle it in with some guest appearances. With Bill Obe will be joining me in October, and Karen Efron will be joining me in November. So those of you that are not familiar with this survey, well, there was a record shop in New Jersey, Relic Records. George Lavatelli owned that business at the time, and I don't know how they came up with the idea, but in association with the R&B Revue on WFUV, there was a large following of that station and listening to this type of music, the Johnny G features, and they would send out ballots to the people that would, there were people that would call in or send letters or send requests and whatnot into the program. So it started off small, but then it kind of expanded as people found out about it. And a Relic would put out I think a cassette tape of the top 50 songs, and George would kind of comment on them. I never ordered the tapes. I was always curious, and I voted. I forget which one I started, maybe with the 56, maybe. I don't think I voted in the 55. But I used to listen religiously to FUV and the R&B Revue with all the guys that did it through the years. So, and I used to listen to the Time Capsule Show also. It was like it was going from the just knowing oldies to going to the next stratosphere. And there were a lot of people that I listened to during my younger years that I kind of learned about the music here, because I only knew the basics of, about the Dion and the Belmonts and the Shirelles and the Cadillacs and whatnot, but there's so many other groups, and at that time, lots of people were finding out about them. So it was a monumental chore to put together that list, and really, where could you go at that time? Really, the Kreider book was really the only place to go to get the dates for a lot of the records, and Bruce and George put that list together and did a great job in accumulating all the ballots. It's a lot of work to do, and to put together, and then to do the presentation, and then to get the records too. It's not that easy. So again, I have the majority of the records, not all of them on original. Most of them I have on original. So at least I don't think anyone has ever played all 552 records of at least this 1956 survey. But at least at this stage of where we are now, we're gonna start with 452. They usually only got one or two votes, and then as we move on, and we're going to do it in the coming months when I get the chance to do it, I'll just continue with it. And I know many of you that tune into this program also participated in the survey. So those that are still around that can listen to it, I hope you enjoy this presentation. I picked an instrumental to open up from 1956, and I don't know. This is a cool record. I'm pretty sure Bill Obe would have a copy of this, though. Bill Obe will have this. This June 56 release on Joe Davis's Davis label. Okay, this artist, Al King and his Knightsmen. Okay, it was called Joyride, and this was a song that Alan Freed would play on his radio show. He played this tune. The group included Al King on tenor sax, Solomon Moore on baritone sax, James Siegler on piano and organ, Eddie McFadden on guitar, Thomas Barney on bass, and Francisco da Silva on drums. A great frantic instrumental that Alan Freed would play, June 56, Al King and his Kingsmen, Joyride on Joe Davis's Davis record label. Let's start off here, the countdown here with number, we're going to open up this session with tenor sax. Well, I'm sorry. That's a duplicate there, Charlene. What did I do? Okay. That's weird. I never took that off. Okay. This Okay, this group coming up is called the Supremes. Okay, this group is out of Roxbury. What did I do here? Massachusetts. Okay, this group included Boyce Foster, Peter Lane, Bill Perry, Alex Rocker, and lead singer Ralph Murray. Now, the B-side, wait a second here. What is this? This is the group's only release. Now, I have a problem with this date in the Kreider book, so this was a mistake, as Kreider did. And again, okay, not to kind of damper the countdown, Kreider had the wrong date on this. He put 1955. That was not correct. The copyright filing of this record, okay, a tune written by James Gorin, he filed it on December 8th of 1958. Okay, so I doubt that he would file this 2 years later, okay, from 55 to 58. That makes no sense, really. But again, we didn't know all this information at the time, so, you know, we're just going to go with what we have. So Kreider had this as 55, so incorrectly. This should have actually, Could This Be You? The flip side here, Could This Be You was written by Bruce member Boyce Foster, was filed March 17th of 59. Okay, now Disco file dates at 58, so I don't know about it. But anyway, we're going to play it because it's just a great record, okay? And it looks like, it doesn't look like a 1956 press. I don't know what I did when I wrote this thing here. I must have been half sleeping here. But anyway, let's start it off here, number 452. I'm saying from March of 59. I'm going to say that. These are the Supremes on Kitten. It's still a great record. It's their rendition of the tune, well, it's called Margie. I don't know if it's the standard or whatnot, but let's give it a spin here. The Supremes, Margie on the Kitten label, number 452 on the survey. Here you go.
Hey, baby, come over here. I got a story that I want you to hear.
Well, I saw a little kitten walking down the street. I gazed at her, she looked so damn neat. Well, that's my Margie, she's the one for me. I said, hey there, Daddy, I dig the style. Let's get together and we'll talk a little while. Well, that's my Margie, she's the one for me. She's the cutest little thing in the world, and I'll never let her go. Now, Margie, dear, you're for me. Margie, I love you so. We're gonna rock, we're gonna have a swinging time. Well, that's my girl, she sure is fine. Well, that's my Margie, she's the one for me. Yeah. She's the cutest little thing in the world, and I'll never, never let her go. Well, now, Margie, dear, you're for me. Margie, I love you so. We're gonna rock, we're gonna have a swinging time. Well, that's my girl, she sure is fine. Well, that's my Margie, she's the one for me. Good, good, Margie, oh, 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 Margie, well,
There you go. That's a cool tune, I have to say. It is on the Kitten record label. Greg Zurich sold me that 45 many, many years ago, number 452. I got March 59 as the release date, but it definitely was not 56 either way. Great to hear that. Kitten Records, not an easy record to find. That record was booted also. But anyway, there you go. The Supremes, a song entitled Margie. Let us go to entry number 451. We heard from this group earlier in the program, I should say on the last show at number 466. The group called The Drivers. They are out of Cincinnati, Ohio, on Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. Their second release, we heard, it was called Midnight Hours, which is a cool tune. Now, the flip comes in at number 451. This tune written by group member Willie Price, who was also doing lead. This was their second of three for the Deluxe label from December 1956 at number 451. A great tune here, The Drivers. On Deluxe, it's called My Lonely Prayer. Here you go, number 451.
Dear Lord above, I know you hear me. Sing down an answer for my prayer. Only you can build a world like this. Only you can fill it with air. Dear, dear Lord above, I know you hear me. Only you can answer each prayer I pray. Only you can build a moon at night and a sun that smiles all day. I thank you for my health and strength, and for the sky above. This prayer I pray for my loneliness. Please send me someone to love. Oh Lord above, I know you hear me. Send down an answer for my prayer. You fill the earth and the skies above. Won't you feel my arms with love?
Yeah, that's a nice tune there to make the survey. Glad I featured that one there. Those are the Drivers from December 1956. On Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records, I have a bio promo. You know, some people that collect the Deluxe label, they're only looking for the promos. And the bio promos are pretty cool. It kind of gives like a little bit of a history. I don't know how exact that some of that. Sometimes they said Sid Nathan just made up a lot of the things, but if you look at some of the, I know Louis Silvani, when he used to put the information in his book, he would look at these write-ups that are on, especially on Deluxe and Federal. They would do some cool and King also. He would give information of where the group was from, etc. Those are the basic things I asked Charlene to do also. But anyway, that's December 1956. The Drivers. Willie Price on lead. The Drivers at number 451, My Lonely Prayer, on the Deluxe label. Of course, they have later releases on RCA, Lynn, and also the Drive label, which is another great record that they do. I noticed that the color, people have commented negatively on my evening shows because I guess what I need to do is I need to have light behind me so you get more of a natural tone of Johnny G versus that looks like it has a light. And really, this PC, I have two big screens here, two monitors, and I have the light up here, so the lighting isn't right for the webcams. But this is when the room is all lit, you get a better color. So it's like I got to get some lamps or something back here to probably brighten up the room. It'll be different is what it is, because I have the camera. This camera is right on top of my monitor, so so you get like a natural color here. So there you go. Usually I'm not like white paper. But anyway, let us continue here. And let's go to New Orleans, Louisiana for entry number 450. This group was discovered by A&R man for Lou Chudd's Imperial Records, Dave Bartholomew, back in 1952. This group originally backed up Fat Man Matthews as the Four Kittens, and in 1954 they had their own release as the Hawks. And the group's very last single comes in at number 453. This is prior to this, they had 6 releases on Imperial Records and one on the subsidiary Post. Now, this is on the Bahari Brothers Modern label, and at this time, the group included Lee Cannon, Joe Gaines, John Henry Morris, Dudley Royal, William Thrower, and Albert Veal. And it features Lee Cannon on lead. This one from June of 56 at number 450. Let's give a listen to the Hawks. The Hawks. Johnny G's a Hawk sometime. The Hawks on the Modern label. And the tune is called It's All Over, number 450. Here you go.
Well, it's all over for me. Can't you see? Gonna set you free. Well, pack your clothes. Can't you see? Gonna set you free. Set you free. Like you told me all night before, you tell me another like the one before. So pack your clothes, can't you see? I don't love you no more. Oh,
There you go. Those are the Hawks. Yeah, I did mention. Whoops, I got this too loud. There you go. June 1956 release there by the Hawks. That one there on the Bahari Brothers Modern record label. It's All Over is the name of the tune. That is Lee Cannon on lead. I did mention Tony Barcia, that they were the Four Kittens backing up Fat Man Matthews. But let's see. This song and the next... Let me see. Okay, so I should say, actually, this tune that we featured here at number 450 and the next 6 that are coming all received 2 mentions totaling 9 points. So that means 2 people put this song on their ballot. So that's where I find it interesting. When you start getting repeats on these tunes. I think that is when you can say that that had some substance, because anybody can pick any single record, but if you get more than one, I think then it starts to bring up a consensus. That's what I think. But two people voted for this next record here. As you know, Anthony Guardine, he was born and raised in the Fort Greene projects in the Greenpoint section of Brooklyn. In 1956, he formed a group with William Doherty, tenor, Richard Dawk, baritone, and William Bracey, baritone. And when they saw an ad for DuPont Textiles, they decided to call themselves the DuPonts. Okay, and they met up with Paul Winley, who was starting a new label at the time, was called Winley Records. And he liked their audition, and they ended up at Regency Studios in New York City. And at that session, there was David Clowney on piano, Mickey Guitar Baker on guitar, and Sam the Man Taylor on the sax. And they recorded this. This is the group's debut single, written by the lead singer Anthony Guardine and label owner Paul Winley. This one from August 1956 on the Winley label at number 449. Let's give a listen to the DuPonts. The DuPonts on Winley. It's called Must Be Falling in Love. The DuPonts. Here you go.
Boom, 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 boom.
Sweet tree, go the birds in the tree, please. Oh, oh, what happened to me? Gee, I must be falling in love. Come on, you guys and gals, gather round. I'm gonna tell you what I found. I found that I'm falling in love.
Is there a doctor in the house? My heart is hit so loud. Every time I look at her, my head goes spinning around.
Oh, my friend, don't you know that I must be falling in love?
Is there a doctor in the house? My heart is beating so loud. Every time I look at her, my head goes spinning around.
Oh, my friend, don't you know that I must be falling in love? Love, 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 must be falling in love. Must be falling in love. Falling in love.
Johnny G getting caught here for a Thursday afternoon, but there you go. That's the sound of the DuPonts. That is Anthony Guardine, who would become Little Anthony on lead there. That is their debut single, August 1956, on the Winley label, Must Be Falling in Love. And you notice, I'll show it to you again. This is probably the true first press. They say it's a true first press, but you don't see many with the double lines. You see them with the single lines usually, not the double lines. I'll show you this again. This is usually the harder press. That's what they say. But anyway, because I have two of the other ones. I have 3 copies of this record. And interesting that Paul Winley, he would sell this master to Herman Lubinsky of Savoy, and he would re-release it in October of 1958 when Tears on My Pillow and Two Kinds of People in the World were becoming hits. He would re-release this record with added instrumentation. So if you heard the other, and it's actually pretty cool. They added a whole bunch of instrumentation to it, and it sounds so much different than this one. I should have played that one. I didn't really. Well, usually I think of these things, but I did not. But anyway, thank you all for being here. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Found out something. A Record Hound made a suggestion yesterday around 11 on the last night's show when I did the Soul Show. They shut me down. I played a Kim Weston record. And I had quite a few copyright warnings from them. And if I get too many in a row, the AI... okay, the artificial intelligence shuts me down. So Darren recommended, he said, Johnny, start a new stream. So what I did is I started up a new stream, and of course I didn't have one copyright notification, although I'm worried because part 2, which I did not go in and edit yet with the title, they're going. I have a funny feeling they're going to block it because it hasn't posted yet, which means the chat isn't up. It hasn't posted. That means that a record I played doesn't sit well with their, I don't know, with their AI thing. So they're going to probably block the video in all countries. So then I'm going to have to remove it. And that's what happens. That's why if you're looking at an old video and all of a sudden you hear silence, they force me to remove that song so you can hear all the other songs that I do here on the program. That's just how it works with them, unfortunately. But that's my plight. But anyway, let us continue here with the countdown as we just heard number 449 with the DuPonts from August 56, Must Be Falling in Love. Let's go out to the West Coast now for entry number 448. This group recorded under many different names through the years, now with many member changes, but they began as the Sabres. Okay, the Sabres, created by cousins Bruce Cofield and Sheridan Rip Spencer. They recorded for the Cal West label in late 1955. The Sabres were Cofield on baritone, Rip Spencer, second tenor, Walter Carter, bass, and tenor Herbie someone. They couldn't remember the name. This is from the California book that, who did it? Jerry Diaz and Steve Probst. They put out that book, which is actually a pretty cool book. But they interviewed the members of a lot of the California groups to come up with that book. But they couldn't remember this guy Herbie's last name. Now, I have here, they would add William Spicer to the group, and because he had a real high falsetto voice, and he would sometimes use his mother's last name, okay, and he changed his name to Billy Jones, also using Billy Fortune, okay, but most of you know him as Billy Storm, so there you go, like 3 different names, but his real name was Spencer. Spicer. William Spicer, not Spencer. But they were called the Chevelles, and they were introduced to A&R man for Specialty Records at the time. His name was Bumps Blackwell, who arranged their session to record 2 masters that were presented to Larry Mead. Now, he was the owner of Vita Records, and the result was this single, coming in at number 448. It features Bryce Cofield on lead, and it's from May of 56. Let's give it a spin. The Chevelles at number 448 on the Vita label, and this is what they all put us through with all the doctors and all these other things. You have to go through a lot of red tape. These are the Chevelles. Here you go.
Well, I was walking down the sidewalk on 23rd Street when a real fine chick I happened to meet. Just when everything was going fine, pupils in her eyes turned to dollar signs. I hollered, a red tape, a red tape, a red tape will get you down. I saw a Buick 59 for so much down there, and I thought it would bite well to see the town. But when the salesman got through talking, the price so high, I had to keep on walking, hollered, a red tape, a red tape, a red tape will get you down. charge, and I thought I'd go in where they look real joy. Wage charged over to me so fast. I thought she was doing 100-yard days. I hollered, a red tape, a red tape, a red tape will get you down.
Red tape will get you down. Red tape is all around. Red tape will get you down. Red tape is all around. Red tape will get you down.
Well, I finally found a woman I thought I'd like to marry. She had a real cool job and a real nice salary. They said, oh boy, child, I'd marry you, but I ain't gonna work and be a housewife too. I said, a red tape, a goodness gracious, red tape will get you down. Red tape will get you down. Red tape will get you down.
There you go, coming in at number 448. Boy, my eyes are... I'm going to get my cataract surgery here because I can't see for nothing. May 1956, that's the sound of the Chevelles. You heard that high falsetto in there. That is Billy Storm there. But basically, Bryce Cofield on lead, the Chevelles on the Vita record label. Red Tape is the name of the tune. Now, the other group, this group would also record under other names. The Gents, the Valiants, the Untouchables, the Electras, the Freedoms, the Alley Cats, and later on, Billy Storm was a lead singer of a group called Africa in the late 1960s that recorded for the Ode label, I think it was. Anyway, Johnny G here for a Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for being here. And so right now, YouTube says to me, now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. How about I not do that? Okay, close. Okay, because of what they do by shutting down my show. There's no way. If they said to me, Johnny, if you want to show an ad and we won't shut your show down, maybe I would consider it, but not when they shut my show down. I'm not doing it. And if you don't see the chat there, I know some of you can't. You should be able to. This chat doesn't come up anymore on the archives. You have to, initial it. Okay, and if you're, especially on a PC, I don't know about the phones because it's different on the phones. If you Google and say, why can't I see the chat on one of the archive shows, you should be able to, because I want the chat to be published. And if it's not published, that means they didn't go through the file yet. All my chat should be there. If they're not there, that means I had to take a song off and they had to re-save the file so it erases all of that. They have to fix that. They got all this AI junk there that they do, and they're recording everything I say. Everything I say is on there. You see there's a little button, not on this video, but on my other videos, there's a little button that says Ask. You can look at a transcript of what I say, and you could ask it a question like, why was Johnny G late? And it'll tell you why I was late for the show. It's weird. I don't know. Sometimes I think AI is good, and other times it's not good. Has to be controlled. It has to be. Or they're going to start impersonating me. They're going to come on. They're going to say, we don't need Johnny G. We'll just take his voice and come on and do it. But anyway, I digress. Let's do a twin spin on Larry Mead's Vita label. We just heard the Chevelles on the Vita label. And let's move to number 447 now. This is a twin spin on Larry Mead's Vita label. I just said that. We heard from this group at number 470, talking about the Cults with their third release for Vita, a song called Never No More. And here is the group's second release on the Vita record label. Now, the original version of this song you might know by the Sounds. Okay, the Sounds did it first, which was out at the same time. But both, let me see. I'm sorry, that's not right. I said you might know the version by the Sounds, which was out at the same time. But this is the original version. Didn't read that right. I wrote all these things up myself. It says co-written by Alan Freed. Okay. Some people say that they doubt that Alan Freed co-wrote this, but maybe Maybe he was in the studio at the time, although I doubt it. They recorded this out in Pasadena, California. I don't know. But it features Joe Grundy on lead, coming in at number 447 from January 56. Let's give a listen to The Colts. The Colts on the Vita label. It's called Sweet 16. Here you go.
Sweet 16, I've never been kissed. My teenage queen, I can't resist kissing you. Please don't stop me, for you send my soul, and your mommy and poppy will know of my gold. Sweet 16, I love only you. You are my dream. It's time that you know. And when our teenage is over, we'll walk down the aisle and you'll still sing Sweet 16. Sweet 16, I love only you. You are my dream. It's time that you know. And when our teenage is over, we'll walk down the aisle, and you'll still see, oh, Sweet 16. Sweet 16.
There you go. That is the original version of that tune as done by a group called The Colts, and that is with Joe Grundy on lead, January 1956, on the Vita label Sweet 16. Interesting that two people voted for, I guess, for the six songs, for the DuPonts, the Chevelles, the Colts, and the next three. So this is interesting that this song would get 2 votes. But I find it odd that this song was on, well, that's why I said, so I wrote this down too when I did the script. I find it odd that this song was on 2 ballots, so something tells me that possibly this might have been a husband and wife team that voted for this song. That's what I think. But this on Gene Norman's Whip It label. Now, most of the releases on this label are by Gaynell Hodge and the Robins, but this group, interesting name, it's called the Kids from Cleveland, okay? The Kids from Cleveland. And the question is, are they really from Cleveland? And there is a female lead on this. Now, Billboard rated this a B. They said the Kids from Cleveland make an impressive debut on Whip It, as they chart a touching rock and roll ballad aimed at the teenage set. Female lead has a commercial sound, but you can be the judge. Okay, this received 2 votes for 9 points, coming in at 447 from October 56. Here are the Kids from Cleveland. It's called Someone in Love. This is on the Whip It label. Here you go.
There goes someone in love. He'd better beware, better take care, he'd better go slow. You'll ask me how I know. I had that look here in my eyes not long ago. The smile is the same, so tender and warm, but behind that smile, sometimes you'll find a storm, while stars shine high above. There'll always be someone like me, someone in love. The smile is the same, so tender and warm, but behind that smile, sometimes you'll find a storm, while stars shine high above. There'll always be someone like me, someone in
What is that, an accordion that they're playing in that record? I mean, okay, listen. Remember, you're supposed to listen. That's not a bad record. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but you're supposed to vote for your top 20 of 1956 as far as vocal group record goes. I guess, listen, I collected everything in the Kreider book. So if it was in the Kreider book, bad, good, indifferent, whatever, I bought every record that was in there. I didn't buy on sound. So I wanted to get, that was my goal. At first, I wanted to collect everything that hit the Billboard Hot 100. And then that wasn't going to work out. Then I started collecting everything on every label. That wasn't going to work out, but I stayed collecting everything on the Kreider book. And that's in there. The Kids from Cleveland at number 446. I had two mentions for 9 points. October 1956 on the Whip It label. Someone in Love is the name of the tune. As we continue here for a Thursday afternoon, please like this video if you dig what you're hearing. And we continue here. Entry number 446 also received 2 mentions and 9 points. Now, the members of this group were from Newark and Elizabeth, New Jersey. They signed with Thomas Robinson's Atlas label, and their second release comes in at number 446. Now, this group included William Curry, Preston Fields, Gerald Highsmith, James Peter Martin, and Lenny Williams. Collectively, they were known as the Parakeets. Now, this song, written by group member Peter Martin, it features Leroy Williams on lead. This was their second of 2 on the Atlas label, September 1956 at number 445. The Parakeets Quintet on Atlas. It's called My Heart Tells Me. The Parakeets Quintet, number 445. Here you go.
You said you love me, and I believe you. Want you to know I love you too. When you tell me you want my arms, I want to tell you I want yours too. My heart always tell me you want my arms. I'm gonna tell you I want yours too. Tell me you want my arms. I'm gonna tell you I want yours too.
There you go, coming in at number 445 on the survey. That is the sound of the Parakeets Quintet, September 1956, a record I first heard on the Time Capsule show. The Parakeets Quintet, that's Leroy Williams on lead for that one. On the Atlas label, My Heart Tells Me. Now, this group would also back up Brooklyn, New York singer Vic Donna, that recorded on the Atlas record label. Got two great releases on the Atlas label, Vic Donna and the Parakeets. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for being here. Let us continue here. Entry number 444 received 10 points and one mention. That means it was in the 11th slot on their top 20 ballots. And the next 9 songs all come in with 10 points. And this is the only one entry. And this is the only entry on the 1956 Relic Survey for this group from Harlem, New York. And I'm talking about the Five Crowns. The song came out on 2 different labels. I didn't get a chance to show you the second label. I will. I have it on both. The first issue is on David Miller, supposedly. It's on David Miller's Trans World label, which is out of Media, Pennsylvania. The other is on the Caravan label, which is out of Paramus, New Jersey. And I have both, but I decided to feature the Trans World release. I should have listened to which one sounded better, but I didn't do that. But this features Wilbert Yankee Paul on lead from June of 1956. Let's give a listen to the Five Crowns. The Five Crowns on Trans World Records at number 444 on the survey. It's called I Can't Pretend. The Five Crowns. Here you go.
I can't pretend that I don't love you or don't think of you every night. I can't pretend that I don't miss you, don't long to kiss you or hold you time. I'm sorry for the things I've said to you. My words were so unkind. I lie awake dreaming of you. Can't get you out of my mind. So darling, please try to believe me. If you should leave me, my life would end. Oh, can't you see that I'm not playing? I'm only saying I can't pretend. I'm sorry for the things I've said to you. My words were so unkind. I lie awake dreaming of you. Can't get you out of my mind. So darling, please try to believe me. If you should leave me, my life would end. For can't you see that I'm not playing? I'm only saying I can't
There you go. That's a nice tune there. You don't often hear that one there by the Five Crowns. But that one there coming in at number 444 on the survey, June 1956 release. Featured it on the Trans World. I showed you that. I don't know which one's first. I think Trans World. I would think possibly. I don't know. Maybe not. I Can't Pretend is the name of the tune. That is a Wilbur Yankee Paul on lead. We'll send that one out to Karen Efron in our YouTube chat room. She is a big fan of the Five Crowns. Johnny G here on a Thursday. It's our second show of the week. I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 to midnight, with the 50s and early 60s edition. So if you do have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com as we continue here with the countdown. And we go to Los Angeles, California for this group. Actually, they return to the survey, their second release to make the Relic Survey, talking about the Native Boys. And we heard the B-side to the group's third release for Jake Porter's combo label called Valley of Lovers. That came in at number 522. Their second release comes in at number 433. Now, this song written by group member Fred Romaine, who was also on lead. This is their second of four by the Native Boys on the combo label, number 443, released in March of 56. The Native Boys with their tune Cold Tears, number 443. Here you go.
Tears in my eyes. Yes, there are tears in my eyes. They are falling like rain from the sky. The tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes.
Sounds of California here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's a great group. Have to agree with Tony Barcia, the sound of the Native Boys. The Native Boys from March 1956. That is what I say, their second release on Jake Porter's Combo Records. Tears is the name of that one, and that's Fred Romaine. He is the lead singer on that. So great records. Combo is a great label to collect. There's lots of great tunes on the Combo label. They're not all easy to find, though, I will tell you that much. But let us continue here. On the Relic Countdown, you're listening to the 1956 Relic Countdown, and it was done back in 1996, a long time ago. And many of the people that voted on that survey are no longer with us, unfortunately. Well, not many, but some of them have passed on. But we were kind of cool to kind of go back and listen to these records here. Some of them were never played. Only I think the top 50 or so were played on the R&B Review. But of course, it's a monumental effort to play them all. But they're really some nice records that don't often get played. But it's good to hear them here as we continue here. Now, I recently played entry number 442. I featured it on the September 13th show not too long ago. The Saturday night show as we head to Detroit, Michigan. Now, this group first recording as the Violinaires on the Drummond record label. That was back in 1953. Then in 1955, they signed with Joe Von Battle's JVB label. And Kreider Book had this wrong date, okay? They had this record in 1956. That is not correct. This record should have been included in the 1955 survey, but I decided to play it. It was released in February of 55, not 1956. It's the second of two they had on JVB Records. It features Calvin Fair on lead. We're going to spin it anyway. Number 442, they're called The Gales. The Gales on JVB, and the tune is called Darling Patricia, number 442. Here you go.
I've got a gal on the other side of town, and if I'm not very particular, she's gonna put me down. Oh, my darling Patricia, I wonder what I'm gonna do. Oh, my darling Patricia, yeah, I don't know what but you. Baby, what am I going to do? That's my darling sweet Caledonia, sweet Lucy, yeah, baby, what am I going to do? As I walk down the avenue, I looked around there, sweet Georgia Brown, what am I going to do? Yeah, now let me see here. Yeah, baby, what am I going to do? Get out the car. Yeah. Now let me see here. Yeah, baby, what am I going to do? Yeah, what am I going to do?
There you go. Entry number 442 is by the Gales. The Gales, although that record should have been in the 1955 survey, but Kreider had it as 1956, released in February of 55, the second of two on JVB. Darling Patricia is the name of the tune. That's Calvin Fair on lead. John G, going to do a little bit of show and tell for 1 second here, because I found, has anybody ever purchased from Louis Silvani in Times Square Records before? This is how he used to do his catalogs, okay, if you remember that. You see that? Times Square Records. Times Square Records is, I think that's a picture of the flamingos on top. And it says Times Square Records, Louis Silvani, P.O. Box 381, Kingsbridge Station, Bronx, New York. And he had this was his catalog. He used to staple it together, okay? And I forget when this one is. I don't know what he says. He says anything that's M is brand new, okay? That's his grading. M- was considered top quality, although sometimes, I don't know, I think when Greg was grading, he did a pretty good job. But how to order records in the United States, your base fee was $1.25. That's for the postage, 25 cents for each additional record or LP, and what is this, 10 cents each. What is this? 25 cents each ad for LP, 10 cents for each 45. That's pretty good, right? Look how much the postage is now to buy records and if you were buying overseas, he only charged you $3 with $1 for each LP and 50 cents for each 45. I guess that was a deal, right? And he's got his prices. This was set sale. I don't know. I'm not gonna read these, but just gonna see what's an expensive record here for him. Here, he's got $150 for Eddie Cochran on Liberty, a thing called Cherished Memories. What is that? Is that a 45? No, that's an LP. What's a 45 here? I'm going to look for an expensive 45. Here you go, $100 for Eddie. Wait a minute, Rare Chicago. Eddie LaCour on Academy, Rockin' Rosalie. Wait a minute, didn't he do his stuff? Oh, that's rock. Here it is, Doowop. He only's got a small section for Doowop, Rhythm and Blues. He broke it up by categories here. I got all these cross-offs here. He's got white groups. He's got, what is this going to be? This is going to be his biggest section here. Groups. What is this? Here. The Admirals, Mint Minus, Left with a Broken Heart, Story DJ, $100 for Mint Minus. That's probably a good deal. That's a good deal. Here, $150. The Calvays on Cobra, Mambo Fiesta. That's a VG Plus. That's a hard record to get, by the way. No, what's he got? He's got $150. He got $150 on that. What's bigger here? $100 for a VG copy of the Checkers Night Curtains. $100 for White Cliffs of Dover. Anyway, I don't see anything. I need something rarer than that, Louis. Come on, what do you got? He's got the Four Buddies on Club 51, Dolores for $125. I'll take that. But anyway, who knows? Those prices have to be, what, from the 80s, sometime in the 1980s? But anyway, Johnny G digresses a little bit as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Entry number 441 is out of Los Angeles, California. We go back out to L.A. Ow, hurt my knee. This group cut about a half a dozen releases under 4 different group names, recording for George Mottola and Helen Crinett and Emil Bailey's Empire label out of Los Angeles, California. Initially, the group was known as the Preludes, and then on their debut single called Shattered Dreams, and on their next release, they would change their name to the Youngsters. Now, their third release of 1956 comes in at number 441, as under another name. They changed it to the Tempters, and they are dual leads on this. Donald Miller and Homer Green are the dual leads. I think it was Mottola who decided to change the names and maybe get the records out or sometime around the same time. He didn't want to have the same name on the charts. It was like he thought possibly it would dilute their sales, but I think that's what they did. But anyway, June of 1956, coming in at number 441. Here are the Tempters on the Empire label. It's called I'll See You Next Fall. The Tempters. Here you go.
Tick-tock, lazy, lazy clock. Tick-tock, lazy, lazy clock. Darling, please don't cry. Ha ha ha, this is not goodbye. Ha ha ha, every night I'll ride till I see you next fall. Oh, before you go, oh, 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 I want you to know, oh, 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 I'll be true to you till I see you next fall. I'll go by the schoolhouse each evening, pretending you're walking with me. And when I try to sleep, I'll end up counting sheep. Oh, how the summer will be. I will give my all to make school bells call. I can't wait until I see you next fall.
I think that there was a skip on that record, unless I hit this table here, is what I might have done. But anyway, there you go. That's my records don't skip. I played all these things. That one there, I don't know what happened. The Tempters there. Tempters, actually, it's a duet there with Donald Miller and Homer Green, June 1956. That's probably why they changed the name of the group, because that was like more of a duet than anything else. I'll See You Next Fall on the Empire record label, coming in at number 441. Now, this group also, I guess they re-released Shattered Dreams on the Heg label, HEG, as Them Featuring Him. Well, I am him. I am Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are new to this program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. And you got to click that bell to get notifications. I will post the upcoming shows on my YouTube page, so you should check it out there. As we continue here, more California here as we move to entry number 440. As we stay in Los Angeles, this group makes their second appearance here on the Relic Survey. We heard them at number 499 with the song Did You Have Fun, their seventh release for Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label. I got that twice here. I really messed up on this. I did this like 3 a.m. in the morning. Let me see. Called, what did I write here, Charlene? I messed this up. Did you have fun? There's 6th release, and wait a minute. So this has to be their 7th release. I don't know what I did here, but I messed it up. Let's see. It says wait a minute. With their 6th and 7th release, they gave singer Vernon Green top billing. That's what I meant to say, as the lead with the Medallions. But at some point in early '56, Vernon Green left the group. Okay, and this recording excludes Vernon Green. The group included Charles Gardner, Jerry Green, Albert Johnson, and bass Otis Scott, who was doing the lead on this. So this is the Medallions, okay, minus Vernon Green on this release. Came out in April of '56, and it comes in at number 440. The Medallions on Dutone. It's called I Want a Love, number 440. The Medallions. Here you go.
I want a love, dying love, one that was meant from heaven above, a love I can share. With no one but you. Say that you care, and our love will be true. So here's my heart, it's yours to take, it's yours forever, to never forsake. Oh, my darling, hear my plea. I'll love you forever. Take a chance and see. Give me your love, and I'll give you my heart. Till death do us part.
So here's my heart, it's yours to take, it's yours forever to never forsake. Oh, my darling, please, please hear my plea. I love you forever. Take a chance and
give me your love, and I'll give you my heart. We'll be together till death do us part.
That's a nice tune by the Medallions. That's not with, though, their normal lead singer, Vernon Green, missing on that session. But that was the Medallions at number 440 from April '56 on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label. I Want a Love is the name of the tune, and that is the Otis Scott on lead for that one. Very interesting tune for that. Let us continue here with the countdown. Entry number 439 is a quartet out of Detroit, Michigan. They included James Ooey Gibson. He was the first tenor. Johnny Alvin, second tenor and baritone. Frank Holt, the bass and lead singer on this. His name is Carlos Sonny Monroe. They signed with Sid Nathan's Federal label, and their debut single comes in at number 439. This tune, written by the first tenor of the group, James Gibson. It features Carlos It features Carlos Monroe on lead from December 56. Let's give a listen to the Ramblers. The Ramblers on the federal label, Sid Nathan's Federal Records. It's called The Heaven and the Earth. The Ramblers, number 439.
Saw what became a miracle. Oh, how sweet she looked to be. And then I took the hand of this miracle. It all happened so suddenly. And earth, the stars up above. I made a wish for someone to love. The heaven and earth, what more can we do? Darling, I'm still in love with you. And the heaven and earth is you.
There you go. That one there, entry number 439 on the Relic Survey. You don't hear that one too often. They're called the Ramblers. They recorded for Sid Nathan's Federal record label. That's their debut single from December 56. The Heaven and Earth is the name of that one. That's Carlos Monroe on lead, and the group would later record on the Daco label as the Fabulous Playboys. I have that record in the collection, I think. I'm pretty sure I do. But there you go, number 439. These are records from the year 1956. Johnny G was not around, not yet, not till 58. But I have a lot of records from 56. I'm happy to feature them here for you, the listeners of the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's only heard on this YouTube podcast here. So please consider subscribing. You have to be signed into YouTube. You got to sign in and make up a name or put your name or whatever to sign in to be able to be in the chat room or to give your comments. But you can send me, you can watch, anybody can watch the program. You just won't be able to comment. You have to be signed in. That's kind of like the rule with YouTube. But anyway, but if you have a request for the Saturday night show or the Wednesday Soul Show, please send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Let us continue now, and let's go to Brooklyn, New York. For this next 45 comes in at number 438. This group first recorded for the Timely label back in 1953, but here is their 1956 release that came out on the Joyce label, associated with band leader Al Brown. Now, the lead singer on this, his name is Earl Curtin. Earl Curtin, and number 438 had 1 mention and 10 points. And I featured this song not too long ago on the Saturday night show, and this did receive Wait a minute. I have here one mention. No, this says two mentions. I don't know what I did there. I messed this up, Charlene. I have to check. November 1956 at number 438, The Gay Tunes on Joyce Records. It's called You Left Me, the Gay Tunes on number 438. Here you go, Johnny, messing up.
You left me alone and blue. Oh, baby, how could you leave me here to cry? You left me alone to cry. Oh, baby, how sad am I, feeling so low down and blue. Ooh, yeah, sad am I, you left me to cry alone. Yes, sad am I. Hear me cry. If you don't come back, my baby, I'm gonna die. You left me alone and blue. Oh, baby, how could you leave me here to
November 1956 release there, coming in at number 438. My eights and sixes, you gotta forgive me, I can't see. And plus my right eye tears a lot. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, ever since I've been working, well, when I wasn't going into Newark, New Jersey every day, my eye just was this right eye, and the doctor says your eyes are dry. You got to put drops in them. I said, yeah, enough that I'm crying all the time, and that record was making me cry. There you go, the Gay Tunes there. That is Earl Curtin on lead. The Gay Tunes at 438. You Left Me on the Joyce record label. And we continue here. Let's go to entry number 437 now by this group out of Roxbury, the Roxbury section of Boston. And the group included Al Chambers, tenor, Donald Clements, baritone, Daniel Hood, bass, and lead singer Eddie Brooks. He did lead on all their releases on the Dawn record label. And collectively, they were known as the Sophomores, okay? Sophomores. They were brought to the attention of Chuck Darwin. He was the A&R man for Sidney Siegel's Dawn label, and had the group come to New York to record at the Capitol Recording Studio. And Dawn put out their first three releases all in 1956. I think they all made the survey, too, if I'm not mistaken. And this is their second, coming in at number 437 on the survey. This tune written by Jack Lawrence in 1947. Now, Jack Lawrence also wrote the song If I Didn't Care, that the Ink Spots recorded back in 1939. And the song was about his lawyer's daughter, this song, Linda Eastman, who grew up eventually to marry ex-Beatle Paul McCartney. And anyway, so that's the story about this song, about the name of the song. It was really about Linda Eastman, and which became Paul McCartney's wife. And this features Eddie Brooks on lead, and it received 2 mentions, coming in at number 437, The Sophomores from August 1956. It's called Linda. This is on the Dawn record label. Here you go.
When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I count all the charms about Linda. And lately it seems in all of my dreams I walk with my arms about Linda. But what good does it do me? For Linda doesn't know that I exist. Linda doesn't know that I exist. Can't help feeling gloomy. Think of all the loving I've missed. We pass on the street, my heart skips a beat. I say to myself, hello Linda. If only she'd smile, I'd stop for a while, and then I would get to know Linda. But miracles still happen, and when my lucky star begins to shine, with one lucky break I'll make Linda mine. We pass on the street, my heart skips a beat. I say to myself, hello Linda. If only she'd smile, I'd stop for a while, and then I would get to know Linda. But miracles still happen, and when my lucky star begins to shine, with one lucky break I'll make Linda
There you go. That is the sound of Eddie Brooks and the Sophomores from August 1956 on Sidney Siegel's Dawn record label. Their rendition of the tune Linda, singing about really Linda McCartney when she's probably born sometime in 1947 too. So their father wrote the song about her daughter, and there you go. That's covered by a bunch of people too. What, Jan and Dean I think covered that in 1962 or something on the Liberty label. But there you go. That's Eddie Brooks and the Sophomores. What did I say? That's their second release on the Dawn record label. It's called Linda. Anyway, but let us continue here. Entry number 436 is also the second entry for this great group out of Harlem, New York. We heard them earlier at number 468 with the song That's All I Need, and this is their 8th release for Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. This was actually their wait a minute. All I Need was their 8th release for Josie Records. This is their very next release. Came out in November of 1956. And it's the sound of the it's a Christmas tune. Okay, I don't know if I would. Well, listen. During Christmas time, I like to play Christmas music. I do, but I don't know if I would make this my top 20 group record of all time. Okay, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the Christmas tunes. Okay, but I mean, to pick it as your top 20, I think I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but hey, you never know. We got a lot of eclectic people out there that like to vote on different things. So listen, and again, that's what makes this country so great. You can do and choose the songs that you like, whatever it is. In this case, in the Relic Survey too, and this song received 10 points and 3 mentions. 3 mentions on this, so this is very interesting. It's the group's second biggest hit after Speedo. Okay, but it's a classic Christmas tune, of course, originally recorded by Gene Autry back in 1949. This features Earl Speedo Carroll on lead, from November 56, coming in at number 436. The sound of the Cadillacs on the Josie label, and their rendition of the tune, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, number 436, the Cadillacs. Here you go.
While walking down the road Christmas morning, I saw a reindeer with his nose all red.
Rudolph! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeers I used to laugh and call him names, and they never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright,
won't you come and guide me sled?
alrighty. Oh, well, now then how the reindeers loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history.
Come and guide me sled.
Ah, sure. Oh, well, now then how the reindeers loved him as he shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history, you go down in history, you go down in his story. Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
There you go. Sound of the Christmas time here in October. That's the sound of the Cadillacs. Earl Speedo Carroll on lead there, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, their rendition of that tune, released in November of 1956. 3 mentions on that on the Relic Survey, coming in at number 436, and the great sound there of Jesse Powell and the orchestra there, that saxophone, reminiscent of Jesse Powell and the band. As we continue here on the Relic Countdown, if you are digging what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. As we picked up about 7 subscribers last night, the show keeps on growing here and featuring all on original 45s. So we can move to entry number 435 now on the Relic Survey. It's a girl group, and I'm guessing they are out of Chicago, scoring 11 points with 1 vote here, as the next 6 songs also scored 11 points as voted by on 1 ballot. But the writer of this song is John Moore, one of the writers, John Moore. He also wrote the flip of this 45 with Nathaniel Montague, a.k.a. the Magnificent Montague. And I think he was a DJ in was it Chicago? I think he was. but this is on Leonard Chess's Checker label. Now, John Moore was a songwriter and also the manager of the El Dorados and a former janitor at Inglewood High School. He would later own a label called Boxer Records. I have some records on that label, Boxer Records. But this is a nice bluesy side here by these gals. They're called the Four Chickadees, okay? Four Chickadees from November 56. This is on Leonard Chess's Checker label from number 435, the Four Chickadees. It's called Teenage Blues, number 435. Here you go.
Well, people gather round, hear me when I say, ooh, yes, people gather round, ooh, hear me when I say, I've made up my mind. There'll be some changes made. Well, I had a boyfriend. Man, he was a sweat. Yes, I had a boyfriend. Oh, he was a square. Well, he never had a dollar. Couldn't take me nowhere. Well, I got to, well, go. Put a Billy down in your soul. Yes, I've got those teenage blues. I've got nothing to gain, got everything to lose.
Yeah, girl group sounds here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Bluesy type there. Actually, cool tempo changes in that song. They're called the Four Chickadees. Four Chickadees on the Checker label. That one released in November of 1956. Teenage Blues. Did you ever have the Teenage Blues? Johnny G did have the Teenage Blues. I think. I don't know. It's so easy to become blue nowadays. As we continue here, let's go to Brooklyn, New York for entry number 434 on the Relic Survey. This group made their debut on the Do Re Mi record label. Somebody privately IM'd me on 45 Cat, and they said to me, they said, Johnny G, I know you own a copy of this record, but I inherited my grandfather's records, and he wanted to know if they had the original version of this group's debut single, okay, on the Do Re Mi label that came out in 1955, a song called Love is a Vow. So I said, well, let me check my copies. So I'm going to play it on Saturday. It's going to be on the Collector's Corner. So where's the Greg sold me this record. Okay, so what happened was, so I had the reproduction. Okay, this is the reproduction of the record. It's kind of like it's like a lighter green. How about yellow, Johnny? It's and the thing is, there's a way to tell you in the dead wax, okay, because somebody put their initials in here, whoever put this one out, DRM, okay. Well, it stands for do, re, mi. You see when they do that, do, re, mi, DRM, and then they put the dash. That is the bootleg, okay? And it doesn't even sound that good. It doesn't. But the original, this is the original, okay? And Greg sold me a nice copy of this record, too. This is the original, you see? It's, so I'm going to play it. So I told him what's in the dead wax there, and he said he has an original copy, so he's got one. I don't know what kind of shape it is, but Greg gave me a real good price on this record, and he had to, it was funny, he couldn't find the, I told he had to drive into Newark, New Jersey, because it's by, I was working by, you know, where the Devils play, in the, what is it, the MetLife building there. It was on that street there, so he was kind of lost. So he calls me on the phone and he says, well, I'm here. Of course, I had all this cash on me. So I had to, you know, I ran down there and I met him on the street and we did the transaction right there in the street. I had to sneak out. But then he sold me that record and another one, I think, on the it's on the Edmar label, I think. That was another rare 45 too. But anyway, we did the deal in the street of Newark. But I'm going to play that Saturday. That'll be the collector corner of the Collector's Corner record. The debut single of this group that's coming in at number 434. So the group was then introduced to pianist-arranger Tico Wilshire, who arranged for them to meet Jack Coveas. Okay, Jack Coveas, he was owner of the Tin Pan Alley record label, and he signed the group right away, and the quintet included Ossie Davis, Daniel Elder, Joe Crowder, Arnold Malone, and the high falsetto lead singer. His name is Vernon Staley, okay? Collectively, they were known as the Mellow Harps, and this is the group's second of three. They recorded for the Tin Pan Alley label, coming in at number 434. Let's go to February 1956 for the Mellow Harps, number 434 on the Tin Pan Alley record label. The Mellow Harps, it's called What Good, it's a question, what good are my dreams? The Mellow Harps, number 434. Here you go.
Please tell me. Please tell me. Why good am I? If I didn't have you.
sound of the mellow harps there, that high falsetto voice, another unmistakable voice. That is Vernon Staley. Vernon Staley on lead, February 56th, the mellow harps on Tin Pan Alley. That's their second of three, called What Good Are My Dreams is the name of the tune, and they would change their name after their third release to the Teen Tones and re-recorded their debut single Love Is a Vow. That was on the Rego label. Maybe I'll play the comparison of the two. You'll hear the original and then you'll hear the Rego release of that. Maybe I'll do that Saturday night in the 1955 block. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Beautiful day out today. The weather could stay like this for as long as I say it could. We can do that, but I know it's going to get a lot colder. It was actually cold at night. It was in the 40s, I think, here in Westchester County. But let us continue here. Let's go back to Detroit, Michigan, to entry number 433 on the survey on Devorah Brown's legendary Fortune record label, a group called the $5. They also recorded as the Don Juans when they backed up other artists on the label, like Andre Williams and some others too, Joe Weaver, I think, too. But it's the group's second release as the $5. Now, the group included James Drayton, Charles Evans, Lonnie Hurd, Richard Lawrence, and Eddie Hurt. They're all singing together on this release, though. Came out in March of '56, and it comes in at number 433 on the survey. The $5 on the Fortune label. It's called So Strange, number 433. Here you go.
Shoo-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, shoo-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be,
There you go, coming in it. Boy, that sounded like, Amy, you said it sounded like a train. I say it did too. And that is a strange record, a song entitled So Strange by the $5. You heard that high voice. That was Eddie Hurt with that high voice you heard in there. March 1956, that's their second release for Devorah Brown's legendary Fortune record label, the $5 with So Strange. That was number 433. Program announcement here, as I plan to return to the program here in a couple of weeks. So today is, well, let's see. No, today is the second to, wait a minute, 2, 3, 4, 9, no, Bill Obe will be here, so I will be here the week after Bill to do this show. So I don't think I can do the show for next week. We'll see how it goes, but you'll see if I post it up. But Bill Obe will be my in-studio guest for his 5th gospel show. Okay, Bill Obe will be returning here to Johnny G's Vinyltreasure show on Thursday. He'll be a guest collector here on Thursday, October 16, 2025, from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show will be a gospel special number 5. Now, the program will be the Gospel Battle of Song Formats, as he says, rhythm and blues versus soul harmony, with more than 20 artists not played on previous Johnny G gospel special shows where Bill guest hosted. Okay, the listeners and viewers will be able to make the comparison of rhythm and blues to soul harmony gospel recordings. Many records scheduled to be played are considered collector's items, of course. Now, the quality of the music recordings will likely enhance the interest of the listeners and the viewers of Johnny G's Vinyltreasure. So mark your calendars accordingly. October 16, 2025. I have it up on my YouTube page. Bill will be here in 2 weeks. I'll see if I don't know if I'm going to, we'll see. We'll see how far I can go. The Bengals have been stinking up. They're probably one of the worst teams in the league, and they deserve it too, by the way. So if I'm not watching the Bengals on Sunday, I'll see if I can put together the remainder of the show here. We'll go on with the Relic Survey, but maybe not. It depends. Sometimes craziness is here in the house. Johnny G's got to deal with a lot of it. But anyway, so that'll be, so definitely if I'm not on next Thursday, I'll be on the Thursday after Bill Obe. That'll be the 23rd, I think. I think that's it. Boy, that would be toward the end of October as we move on through the years here. Let us continue with the countdown here. And let me see. In March of 1956, Leonard Chess announced in the trade papers, that would be the magazines like Cashbox or Billboard magazine, that the Ravens, minus Jimmy Ricks, had signed with Chess Records, and upcoming releases by the group would be on the Argo subsidiary. Now, the Ravens at that time included David Bowers, Willie Ray, Willie Saunders, and Joe Van Loan. Now, this is their second release for the Argo label that comes in at number 432. They recorded this in September of 56, but Chess put it out on Argo in December. Now, it features David Bowers on lead, and normally this side is never played. It's always the flip side of this, which is what? I think I showed you the styrene press called A Simple Prayer. That's the side that always gets played. This side is never played. This one from December 56, number 432 on the survey, the Ravens on Argo. The song is called Water Boy. Here you go. This is with David Bowers on lead. Here you go.
Water boy, where are you hiding? If you don't come, going to tell your mommy. Oh, there ain't no hammer that's on this mountain that rings like mine, boy. that ring like mine. I done bust this rock, boy, from here to Macon, all the way to the jail, boy. Yes, back to the jail. Oh, Jack a diamond, yes, you Jack a diamond. I know you a bull, boy. I know you a bull. Well, you rob my pocket, yes, rob my pocket. Done robbed my pocket of silver and gold. Well, you robbed my pocket, well, you took all my money. You Jack a diamond, you Jack a diamond. I know you a fool, boy. I know you a fool. You robbed my pocket. You robbed my pocket. Yes, robbed my pocket of silver and gold. What a boy. Where are you hiding? If you don't come, gonna tell your mommy.
There you go. That's the sound of the Ravens coming in at number 432 on the survey. That's the bass lead there of David Bowers. And that one there from December 56, their second release for the Argo label, song entitled Water Boy. As we continue here with the countdown, and we just heard this group from Brooklyn, New York, 3 songs ago at number 434, their second of 4 for the Tin Pan Alley record label called What Good Are My Dreams. And this is the B-side of the disc, recorded at their second session, again featuring the high falsetto lead of Vernon Staley. Let's go to February 1956. This is the B-side of the record. At number 431, the Mellow Harps return on Tin Pan Alley, and this has another question mark, two questions on one side. We heard they asked, what good are my dreams? And this one is called Gone, number 431, the Mellow Harps. Here you go.
We had together.
And that's the side I prefer. The two, they're both great. Both sides of this Mellow Harps record, I have to say. But there you go, coming in at number 431, February 1956. Those are the Mellow Harps. And again, that falsetto lead of Vernon Staley. That's on Jack Covina's Tin Pan Alley record label. Gone is the name of the tune. A great group, the Mellow Harps. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Coming in at number 430 is the debut single for this group from Buffalo, New York. And Verdi Gonzalez Disco File lists the group members as on this session as being Danny Cannon, Charles Hargrove, he was the bass of the group, Donnie Elbert, and Donnie Simmons. Collectively, they were known as the Vibra Harps, although I read that Donnie Elbert was not on the recording of this, but he was a member of the group, so that must be why Ferdy listed that. But they were known as the Vibra Harps. They signed with Herb Dexter's Beach label, and this record played by Buffalo disc jockey George Hound Dog Lorenz. So they played this up in the Buffalo area, and it did chart also. This features Danny Cannon on lead. Now, Danny Cannon would go on to do solo releases as Lenny O'Henry. Has some good tunes as Lenny O'Henry. But at this time, he was known as Danny Cannon. From August 1956, coming in at number 430, the Vibra Harps on the Beach label. It's called Cozy with Rosie. The Vibra Harps, number 430. Here you go.
Shoot, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-doo-wah-wah. Shoot, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-doo-wah-wah. Shoot, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-doo-wah-wah.
The moon is shining, the stars are bright. I never saw such a beautiful night. I'm happy, so happy. I'm happy 'cause I'm cozy with Rosie tonight. Hold me close, hold me tight. I'm happy 'cause I'm cozy with Rosie tonight. Oh, what a night this really was, such a night. Only you and I beneath God's heavenly light. Hold me close, hold me tight. I'm happy 'cause I'm cozy to Rosie tonight. Oh, what a night this really was, such a night. Only you and I beneath God's heavenly light. Beneath God's heavenly light.
I like that record there. I bought that from Louis Silvani in Times Square Records a long time ago. The Vibra Harps there coming in at number 430 on the survey on the Beach record label, B-E-E-C-H, not B-E-A-C-H, Beach Records, like Beech Nut Gum. And a song entitled Cozy with Rosie. That's Danny Cannon on lead. August 1956. We continue here on the Relic Survey, counting down the top voted records, vocal group records as voted by collectors on the 1956 Relic Survey. Entry number 429 received 2 mentions for 11 points, and the flip side of entry number 436, we heard from this group from Harlem, New York, the Cadillacs. Just heard Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Well, the flip side comes in at number 429, and this is the group's 9th release for Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. The tune written by the manager of the group, her name Esther Navarro, and she was the manager, again featuring Earl Speedo Carroll on lead. This is with Jesse Powell and the orchestra from November 56, number 429, the Cadillacs on the Josie label. The song is called Shock-a-Doo, number 429. Here you go.
Shock-a-doo-wop, 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 shoot, shock, shock-a-doo-wop.
Shoe shock-a-doo coming down the street. No clothes, no shoes on the street now. Shock-a-doo was a man alone. Shock-a-doo didn't have no home. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo didn't have no loot. Shock-a-doo didn't have no suit. Shock-a-doo had to slip on nails. Slip on a dime, tell your head to tail. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shock-a-doo held his head up high. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shock-a-doo-wop, anytime now you're feeling blue. Shock-a-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a great big smile. Think of shock-a-doo all the while. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shock-a-doo-wop. Shock-a-doo had a line of jive. Open up all the little girls' eyes. Those people passing by. Shock-a-doo held his head up high. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop, hey now baby. Shock-a-doo-wop, anytime now you're feeling blue. Shock-a-doo can tell you what to do. Face the world with a great big smile. Think of shock-a-doo all the while. Shoe shock-a-doo-wop, shock-a-doo-wop.
Shoot, shock, shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop, ooh, ah. Shock-a-doo-wop.
There you go. Sound of the Cadillacs coming in at number 429. Whoops, got my mic too high, playing these records too loud. Number 429, November 1956. That's the flip side of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You heard that at entry number 436. This is 429. Earl Carroll and the Cadillacs on the Josie label. Shock-a-Doo is the name of the tune. You hear that instrument, the sax break there. I think it's the same sax break that's on Down the Road, if you listen closely. I think it was. But anyway, let us continue here. And this next group is from Roxbury, Massachusetts, come in at number 428 on the survey with 2 mentions on this song. And it's the B-side to the group's debut single on Cecil Steen's Pilgrim label. Now, the group included 3 brothers. They were Teddy, Chris, and Timmy Scott, their cousin Joe Jordan, and their next-door neighbor Ray Gibson. Collectively, they were known as the G-Clefs. And you may know the cover of this tune as done by the Academics on the Anko label back in 1958. But this is the original of the tune. It features Ray Gibson on lead from June of 1956, coming in at number 428. The G-Clefs on Pilgrim Records, and the original version of Darla, My Darling, the G-Clefs.
Down, 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 the star will always shine, and the moon will rest its glow. Oh, and darling, my darling, I love you so. Oh, well, the rain will always fall. Oh, when the clouds are so gray, and darling,
dollar, darling, I'll always love you so. I love and need you, I'll never let you go. Bum, 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 dollar, bum, 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 dollar, bum, 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 dollar, bum. The stars will always shine, the moon will gather glow. Well, the wind will always blow on a cold December day. Darling, my darling, are you going my
That's on Styrene. You know Johnny G's feelings about Styrene 45s, don't you? But there you go, June 1956. The G Clefs there. That's Ray Gibson on lead. That's number 428 on the survey. Darla My Darling is the name of the tune. That's on the Cecil Steen's Pilgrim Records. There's never seen a vinyl press of that. Only the 78 sounds phenomenal on the Pilgrim 45s. Now, for you collectors out there, I'll show you the record again. The true first presses of this. Check your copy if you do own the purple label. If you don't see a number on the label, you have a true first press of that record. Because then they said, oh no, we left the label number off. And if you check, if you have number 715, you technically have a second press of that, because that record was pressed with no label number originally. So check your copies of that one. Johnny G here, spinning my 45s on a Thursday afternoon. And this is our second show of the week. I'll be back on Saturday evening with more of your 50s and early 60s requests. So if you do have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Johnny G presents this unique program here that lots of people are laying on their sofas watching me on their ITVs, like many of you are, or you're watching me on your tablet, like my mother's watching me on the tablet, or maybe your Android or your iPhone tuned into the program. So thank you all. Your PC too, by the way. So thank you for being here. We are live here. I'm recording this, so I don't think that's a KKSM. I think they've only done very few of my Thursday shows on the Encore Sunday presentation. But anyway, let us continue here. And we just heard the G Clefs at number 426. Let's go back to Brooklyn, New York for entry number 427. I'm sorry, 428. I'm telling you, 8s look like 6s to me. I cannot see. And then with the sun glare here, we just heard 428. Jeez, I need a magnifying glass. Okay, but let's go back to Brooklyn for entry number 427. And this group, they just walked in to 701 7th Avenue in New York City. Now, those were the offices of High Weiss. They just auditioned for him on the spot, and he signed them right away. The group included Renee Davis, Thomas Davis, James Ifield, Richard Williams, and Eddie Puddin Carson. Collectively, they were known as the Royal Tones. Okay, and they had their first release. They had their first session on January 3rd of 1956. They cut 4 sides that day, and this was one of the tunes they recorded that day. It was the group's second of 3 featuring falsetto lead Eddie Puddin Carson on lead from August 1956. Here are the Royal Tones on Old Town Records, number 427. The song is called Latin Love, the Royal Tones. Here you go. you go. The great sound of the Royal Tones there, coming in at number 427 on the survey. That is the another unmistakable voice there. That is Eddie Puddin Carson on lead, August 1956. High Weiss's Old Town record label. Latin Love is the name of the tune. I bought that tune record from Chris Ciccona, the late Chris Ciccona. Got to say hello to Phyllis Ciccona, who was a Facebook friend of mine. And I wonder what happened to, I think she still has Chris's collection. I don't think she sold that collection yet. But that one there, I bought that from him. Now, they would also back up Ruth McFadden. They do a song called Back Her Up on Two in Love, which is also on the Old Town record label that I have featured on the Saturday night program. Let us continue here. Now, Cornell Gunter, I said it right there, Mr. Folletti. Cornell Gunter and the Ermines return at number 426. I featured them earlier on the Relic Survey at number 453 with Keep Me Alive, their third release for Zeke Manor's Loma Records. Now, Zeke was also a disc jockey on KFWB out in Los Angeles, California. Now, their fourth release comes in at number 426 on the Loma label. And this tune written by Cornell Gunter and Cornell Gunter's mom, and she also was a singer back in the day. Her name was Reba M. Gunter, and coming in at number 426. This had 12 points, scoring 12 points on the Relic Survey from October 56, number 426. Cornell Gunter and the Ermines. It's called I'm Sad, number 426. Here you go.
Cause you left me for another. It's likely I'll never be the same. I gave you all my love. Darling, I'm not to blame. Oh, you left me the long years through, making me believe you were true. But now I'm sad, 'cause I'm still in love with you. Oh, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, life marches on and on. I'll always love you, always love you, till my dying day. You left me the long years through, making me believe you were true. But now I'm sad, 'cause I'm still in love with you. Oh, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, well, now life marches on and on. I'll always love you, always love you, till my dying day. You left me the long years through, making me believe you were true. But now I'm sad, darling, more than you'll ever know.
Yeah, great sounds from California on today's show, I have to tell you there. And especially with that singer there, Cornell Gunter and the Ermines, October 1956, coming in at number 426 on the survey. On the Loma label, I'm Sad is the name of the tune. That is their, what did I say, their third release on the Loma label. No, their fourth release. I'm sorry, that's their last release. You know, interesting thing is Seymour Simon sold me all his all my copies on the Loma label by Cornell Gunther was sold to me by Seymour Simon he was starting to sell to me privately. So what happened was I answered one of his ads in Discoveries. I won a couple records. So he said to me, Johnny, can I call you from time to time and sell you some of my records because, you're a young collector. And it was funny because he said to me, I want to hear these when you go on and do your guest spot on Dan Romanello's R&B Revue. So I says, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to go on the R&B Revue with Danny. So I had a party here at the house. I called up, I invited Val didn't come, Louis didn't come, Rico T came, Chris Ciccone came, a bunch of the other dealers that I buy from in South Jersey came up here to the house. I had a big party here with a whole bunch of dealers and collectors. My mother made all the food. She made baked ziti. She made a chicken cutlet parm. She made a gigantic crumb cake that she made. She had all this food out, and I bought beer and soda and chips and all this stuff. I had a big party in the backyard, and everybody was wheeling and dealing records. So I invited Dan Romanello to the house. So he came here, and I was wheeling and dealing, so people were coming to the house, and they had records that they showed me, and I would come up here, and I would play them on the set, and I would do the transactions up here in the studio. So Danny said... Danny wanted to see some of my records because he told me at another get-together I think I was in Bayonne. I forget whose house it was. One of the oh, geez, I forget. He's since passed away. He used to record for Ronnie I with his group. Him and his wife passed away. But he goes, Johnny, I don't know if you can do the show because I don't think you have the caliber of records to play on the program. I said, okay. I said, that's no big deal. So anyway, he came up here, and I had a box of records there, and I said, well, here, look at these. Tell me if these, maybe we can play these on the show. I don't know. So he starts looking at them, and he said, oh, you have this, and you have that. Oh, my God, can you come up Wednesday? I says, wait a minute, Danny, I'm working in Newark. I mean, I don't know. One goes, well, we record the show on Wednesday nights, and he was at midnight, I think, at the time. So I said, all right. I said, I'll come up. So I'll tell the guards to let you in at the Fordham campus in the Bronx. It's not that far. So I went down to Fordham University, and I brought the records up, and we did the show. And then he gave me a list of, I don't know, about 100 records that he was looking for requests to fill for listeners. So it was funny because my old people from my old company would tune in. They would just tune in to FUV for other programs that they had, and they were there at midnight, and they heard me on the radio. They go, oh my God, I heard you on the radio, Johnny. Is that you? This and that. It was actually cool that I was on, but it was on midnight. And I did a guest spot there. That was in I think it was 2001 maybe. I did that. So I did a number of spots with him for multiple shows. I would show up there, and he would want me to bring records, and we'd go back and forth with the records, and he would fill requests for people, and he asked if he could tape some of them, and he would tape them. And so I did that for a while, but it was funny because when he came here to the house and he saw the caliber, he didn't believe me on the records that I had, and I was always too busy. If I had to do it over again, as far as involved in collecting, I really should have just walked out of some of the companies I worked for, because when you're an accountant, you work a lot of hours, and I would always work late. I couldn't go to the Ronnie I shows, which would have been great. I would have met a different clientele there than I was used to, because I was like this closeted collector. But I continued to buy, and I would end up going at the record shows and whatnot, and I would buy these records, and I was buying from auctions, and then when eBay came on, I was buying constantly. But that's how it happened. But it was funny that, I don't know how we got on the Dan Romanello kick, but anyway, because we were talking about the records that we were buying. But and then Seymour started to sell his records to me, so he would call me privately. But anyway, how do we get on that topic? Johnny G babbling on here. Let us continue here. Let's go to entry number 425 now, as this group from Roxbury, Massachusetts return to the Relic Survey. We just featured their second release for Sidney Siegel's Dawn label at number 437, their rendition of the tune Linda. Their third release comes in at number 425. It's an excellent ballad. I think it was George Doowop Tompkins that turned me on to this record. It features Eddie Brooks on lead from November 1956. The Sophomores again at number 425. It's called I Left My Sugar Standing in the Rain. The Sophomores at number 425. Here you go.
Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat, sugar. 'Cause I left my sugar standing in the rain, and my sugar melted away. Sweeter than the sugar from a sugar cane. Didn't mean to treat her that way. I guess my sweetie thought I was a low-down kind. Didn't realize that she was so refined. 'Cause I left my sugar standing in the rain, and my sugar melted away. I guess my sweetie thought I was a low-down kind. Didn't realize that she was so refined. 'Cause I left my sugar standing in the rain, and my sweetie melted away. Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat, sugar. Pittity pat.
There you go. Entry number 425 on the survey by the Sophomores. Sophomores there. That's Eddie Brooks on lead. That's their third release for Sidney Siegel's Dawn record label. I left my sugar standing in the rain. Well, I wonder if she melted, But anyway, there you go, November 1956. Let us continue here on the survey. Entry number 424 is actually a mistake. The Kreider book made a mistake again, dated this 1956, but it is not. It was actually released in October of 1955. Now, it's a great group out of Baltimore, Maryland, known as the Kings. First recording for Morty Shad's Jax Records, J-A-X Records, in 1953. Of course, Jax Records would become Harlem Records in 1954. They would have two releases on MGM as the Ramblers, no relation to the Ramblers. Didn't I play the Ramblers, or was it the Rockets that I played earlier? I forget. I think it was the Ramblers. But they would travel to Philadelphia to audition for Ivan Ballin's Gotham label, and they signed with Gotham Records on August 17th of 1955. Now, this group included Adolphus Holcomb, Raymond Holcomb, Gilbert Wilkes, Robert Hall, Leonard Smith, and John Rush. And they would have they would record 6 sides for Gotham Records, but there was only one single that was released. And I think those other sides might have come out on a CD, possibly, I guess. And one person had this as their 9th selection, their 9th of 20. It features Adolphus Holcomb on lead. This one, though, should have been in the 1955 survey, released in October of 55, but it's a good record to play. Number 424, The Kings on Gotham. It's called God Made You Mine. The Kings, number 424. Here you go.
I made you mine. God made you mine, dear. God made you mine. God made you mine. He made you mine, dear. God made you mine. God made you mine. God made you mine. Oh, mine. So why should you leave? Yeah.
Whoa, there you go. That was a cold ending there on that tune, but there you go, the sound of the Kings. The Kings are actually released in October of 1955 on the Gotham record label. That's Adolphus Holcomb on lead. The Kings on Gotham with God Made You Mine. Yes, he did. As we move on here on the Thursday edition of the Vinyltreasure show, entry number 426 through entry number 408 all received 12 points. Okay, 12 points. And through 416, though, from 428 to 416, all receiving 1 mention, then 2 mentions, I think, and more after that, as the things start to get doubled up now with other people voting for some of the same songs, which I think that's when it's going to get really interesting. But with this group from Roxbury, Massachusetts, returns at number 423. I played the B-side of their debut single at number 428. We just heard Darla My Darling on Cecil Steen's Pilgrim label. This is another B-side to their second release for the Pilgrim label. This tune written by Jan Ray, which was an alias. Interesting. Jan Ray is an alias for Ray Conniff. Okay, and Ray Conniff, he was moonlighting at the time, and he was already signed to Columbia Records at this point. So if Columbia found out that he was doing other writing and producing for another label, they would have canned him on the spot, you would think. But this song again features Ray Gibson on lead from September 56. The G Clefs return at number 423 on the Pilgrim label. It's called Please Write While I'm Away, the G Clefs. Here you go on Styrene.
Oh, my darling, please write while I'm away. I live for your letter. Please send them every day. Until I return, dear, always love me and be faithful and so true. My darling, my loved one, I live to hear from you. Oh, my sweet one, please send your love each day. And seal in your kisses and send them on their way. I live for the moment when I will have you in my arms and hold you tight. But till that sweet moment, please write me day and night. And while I'm gone, dear, please remember to be true. And don't give your kisses to someone that's new. I live for the moment when I will hold you and you're in my arms to stay. But till that sweet moment, please write while I'm away.
There you go. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there from September 1956. G-Clef's Return. The G-Clefs. That is the B-side to their second release for the Pilgrim label, Please Write While I'm Away, with Ray Gibson on lead for that one. That's a styrene that doesn't play that well. That's because that side wasn't played that much, I have to say. But anyway, I hope you're digging on the tunes here. If you are new to this program, we need to get more subscribers. Copyright police pretty much stay away, knock on wood, on my 50s and early 60s shows. But they do. My soul show, forget it. They come out by 11:30 and shut me down. But you know what I'm going to do going forward? Those of you that tune into that program, I am going to close that stream down and I will reopen another show. So you're going to have, I don't want to have two shows set up, but I'll do it. I can do it instantaneously. So then you got to just refresh your page and go back to my main page and you can get back into, and the chat room will be there and whatnot. But anyway, let us continue here. And we move to entry number 422 now. We head to Detroit, Michigan for this group. They were all attending Northern High School. Now, the group included Johnny Mayfield. He was the lead singer of the group, along with Sol Tillman, tenor, Gerald Young, tenor, Mac Rice, baritone. Yes, the same Mac Rice that would go on and have a successful solo career, and James Bryant, bass. Collectively, they were known as the Five Scalders. First recording for the Sugar Hill label. That's a rare record on Sugar Hill, which I do have. I remember when I bought that Sugar Hill record, it was Rich Chris and Nick Nicola came over to me. It was a New Jersey show, and they said, "You got that record on Sugar Hill? It's not the greatest shape." And I said, "Well, yeah." He says, he goes, that's a rare record. You don't see it on, and Greg told me the same thing. You don't see it on the Sugar Hill label. You usually see it, the record would get picked up by the same owner and put out on Drummond Records. Okay, that label would become Drummond. But this is their second on the Drummond label. Comes in at number 422 on the survey. It features Bill Moore on lead. It features Bill Moore on tenor sax. Johnny Mayfield is on lead. Now, this record has two negatives to it, I think. Number one, I think this is a polished record. You know what a polished record is? Some people that would polish the records, they would advertise and say, let me clean your records. Well, it's really not cleaning. Jimmy Vieira did a different type of thing to the record. He didn't kind of wear out the top of the vinyl. He would kind of like fill the scratches up with some kind of thing that I would have to take off. But other people used a buffering machine to polish the records. Now, the only thing wrong with doing that type of polish is that you're going to wear down the grooves. So when you wear down the grooves, you don't get a full sound. So that number one is a mistake. And then when you do it with a record that needs to be played with a 78 needle, that makes it even worse. But that's unfortunately what is the issue with this record. But anyway, so be careful. I don't know if those guys still have the capability of polishing records. Maybe they're all retired now and they can't do it, but they were polishing records back in the day. But this one here from April 1956 with a 78 needle, it sounds a tad better. It does. Number 422, the Five Scalders on the Drummond label. The song is called Girlfriend, number 422. Here you go.
Oh, well, you are my girlfriend, and I need you more every day. Well, I need you so, and I'll never let you go. You are my girlfriend. Oh, well, you are my girlfriend, and I want the whole world to know. Where I go, you may go, and you know, darling, that I know you are my girlfriend. Do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, girlfriend. Do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, girlfriend. My girlfriend, and I want the whole world to know. Well, I need you so, and I'll never let you go. You are my girlfriend. You are my girlfriend. You are my girlfriend.
Well, this didn't sound so bad later in as you got into the record there, but there you go. April 1956 release there, number 422. The Five Scalders on the Drummond label. Johnny Mayfield on lead. Song entitled Girlfriend is the name of the tune. As we start to wind down here, I'm going to close out a little bit after 4. I was a couple minutes late. So probably do 2 more records to go here on the program. Let's go back out to California for entry number 421. on the Relic Survey. Another interesting song to make the survey. Now, this group is out of California, and they included George Comfort, baritone, Cecil Dandy, baritone, Bowling H. Mansfield, first tenor, and Ellison B. White. He was the bass of the group. Collectively, they were known as the Bombers. Now, prior to this release, they recorded as the Four Jacks on Sid Nathan's Federal record label. They had 2 releases on the label. Last of the Rockin' Good Men, I think, was a great one that they do. And also backing up other artists on the Federal label, the likes of Shirley Haven, Cora Woods, and Lil Greenwood. And all those recordings for Federal were done in 1952. Now, fast forward to 1955, late 55, they signed with John Archisi's Orpheus label, which was out of Los Angeles, California, and they would change their name to this group, the Bombers, and this was their second release, coming in at number 421 on the survey. September 56, the Bombers on Orpheus. It's called Sentence of Love. The Bombers. Here you go.
I'll pay my sentence of love. I'm guilty of losing you. I'll pay my sentence of love, a sentence of loneliness too. Though I regret and try to forget, it just doesn't do any good. If your stubborn pride would step aside, I would run right to your arms if I could. I'll pay my sentence of love. I'm carrying a flaming torch. I'll pay my sentence of love. I'm humbly begging, please give me your faithful love. Then my lies have chased away from me. Try to be a merciful judge. I gladly pay my sentence of love.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people never heard that tune before. I wasn't even sure I had the record in my collection. I was kind of panicking with that. So I said, well, wait a minute, because I had their other release, Marlena, I think was the name of that one. I had that, but I wasn't sure about this one, and I did have it. So there you go. We're actually going to do 2 more records. We're gonna I got a couple more minutes here. We're gonna go for the first. So I have 55. So it's about 5 minutes. We'll go 2 more records though. But there you go. That's September 1956 release. Those are the Bombers, previously recording as the Four Jacks. Their second release on the Orpheus label, Sentence of Love, is the name of that tune. And let's go to entry number 420 now. This group, many of you know this group from the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn. They returned to the Relic Survey. We heard them at number 507 when they did a cover of the Cleftones tune Little Girl of Mine, which featured James Brown on lead. Now, this is their that was their 4th release for Sid Nathan's King label. Here's the group's 3rd release for the King label, and this lineup included Vernon Britton, James Brown, Eugene Williams, Frederick Williams, and Henry Alston, and who was doing lead on this tune. They recorded recorded this November 29th, 1955, but King put it out in February of 1956 at number 420 on the survey. Give a listen to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes on King. It's called Raining in My Heart, number 420 on the Relic Survey. Here you go.
Oh, yes, it's raining in my heart. It's really raining in my heart. My eyes are dry, I cannot cry. Oh, but it's raining in my heart. Dear, when I met you face to face and found a new love in my place, for just a while I wore a smile. Oh, but it's raining in my heart. My darling, when you left me, you told me we must part. The road, the teardrops poured deep down in my heart. Someday the sun will shine again when you return, dear, and only then. With all your charm back in my arms, there'll be a rainbow in my heart. Rainbow in my heart.
There you go, the great sound of Henry Alston and the Hurricanes, February 1956. That one there, number 420 on the survey. Sid Nathan's King record label, song entitled Raining in My Heart. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show on this Thursday afternoon, this October 2nd of 2025. Thank you all for tuning into the program. Again, if you have a request you'd like to hear on my Saturday evening 50s and early 60s show, you need to email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Play those records by year. Okay, so if you know what year your record was released, you're going to hear it at that part of the show. And I play them in blocks, so that's how I do the program here. Charlene helps me with all that research, and I go and pull the records out. And so I'm going to probably be doing that after I sign off here, so don't forget to get me your requests. Earlier the better. Tomorrow's always a busy day. It's like a grocery shopping day for me. And I've become my mother says I'm a pretty good shopper now. I never was before, but I am now. But anyway, so thank you all for being here. Again, if you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You got to be signed in, though, to YouTube. You got to create an account. That's the way to do it. So thank you all for being here. I'll be back here maybe next week, maybe next Thursday. If not, Bill Obe will be my in-studio guest October 16th, that Thursday. So mark your calendars for that. And again, thank you all for being here. We're going to close the show tonight, or this afternoon, with entry number 419, the Mills Brothers. They make their second appearance on the Relic Survey at number 421. We first heard them back at number 427 with their rendition of the Four Ladd's tune, Standing on the Corner, released on the Decca label. This is another Decca release. This is right before Standing on the Corner, recorded September 1st of 1955. Now, Decca released this in March of 1956. This tune written by Duke Ellington and Milt Gabler, and first recorded by Ellington back in 1940. But let's give a listen to this cover version, released in March of 56, coming in at number 419 on the survey. We're closing with the Mills Brothers on Decca and their rendition of the tune In a Mellow Tone. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here, and I hope to see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Here you go, the Mills Brothers.
In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone, I've got company, everything's okay, the live long day, with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's got to give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. How I love when the band starts to play. They play such sweet music that they blow all my cares away. I should knock on wood when the saxes moan, 'cause it feels so good in a mellow tone, in a mellow tone. That's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's got to give. Just go your way and laugh and play.